Well, hey, good afternoon, everyone. So, what do we got cooking today? Well, I just walked outside because I had a brief moment while the kids decided to watch the Spider-Man cartoon. And hey, Juno, the elections aren't for another year or so, bro. Um, my kids decided to watch a little Spider-Man cartoon, and I thought I could step outside and make a quick video. But first, I had to recall what I was going to talk about. Yet, if I don't start making it now, they're sure, they're sure to step outside and say "Papa" in no time. So anyway, here we go. Hmm. Carpo under pressure. What was I going to talk about? No, but really, it's seldom that I really even have a subject to talk about. I start a video and I just start rambling, and the next thing you know, it's about something totally different anyway. But man, I just getting things done, is such a struggle for me sometimes, and it's like I procrastinate at everything. I'm like the master at procrastinating, and for example, there are a few things I like to be able to say that I'm the jack of all trades and that I can do anything. And if something's wrong with my car, I can fix it. If something's wrong with my house, I can fix it. It doesn't mean I will, though. And isn't that kind of a bummer when you know more things, people expect you to fix more things? But I have three dead cars in my driveway right now. We're borrowing a car. It's kind of ridiculous. But my van stopped working a while. The tranny went out a few years ago, or about a year and a half ago, and I stopped using it for work. Um, it was for carpentry, and I don't do that anymore. So I was just going to sell it for scrap, whatever. But it's an Astro van, and I really liked it and wanted to get it back. But too many problems with it. I have a '91 Honda Civic out there that's has a clutch out because somebody stole it and then burned the clutch out or something. And it's probably an easy fix. Might even be the linkage or something. But it's just a matter of getting it up and fixing it. That's been about a year and a half. And then my wife's car, which went out like a month ago, and that we've been I tore it apart and got in there. It could have been a vacuum leak. It started running rough. It's a '99 Passport, and everybody tells me what they think it could be. But I've already changed out the spark plugs. I checked the code reader. It said the third cylinder was bad. Blah blah blah. Fixed all that, and it wasn't the problem. And I read that it could be a vacuum leak. I had a mechanic over here that tore it half apart and then said, "Oh, it could be the timing belt," but the timing belt was fine. And so he just basically gave up on it, and here we are. And I know that if I got in there and started digging around in that car, I could probably fix it if I really tried. I mean, it's not that I doubt that I could. It's almost like you have to put your foot down at a certain point and say, okay, I'm just going to leave it up to the experts. Because while I could fix a lot of these things in the world, or in my world, in my life, I know that it will cost me more time and labor and stress than it's worth. And it's funny because I know this because I've repeated it so many times by starting something that I like. I get in too deep and I'm like, great, I should have just called in an expert. But, a couple electrical problems. I've got a weird light in my room that's grounded wrong, and the ceiling heat doesn't work in my living room, never has, and, there's various little things in life. But when I look at it, the whole point of this is because I look at the big picture, and when I think of these little things, I see how they start to eat me, and then I realize they're really not that big of a deal. Like the car thing, yeah, sure, you gotta have a car, but the little things in our life, like if you're a homeowner, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a renter, you probably don't have the home issues because you can call somebody. But well, when I was a renter, I always wanted to own a home. Thought it'd be so great until I did, and I thought, now I see the benefits of renting. But we've owned our house for like 12 years, and in that time, you got to keep up on it, just like you got to keep up on your car and your health and everything else in life. And I think that's my thing, is I have a problem with upkeep. It's funny because I'm really motivated to do certain things, particular things, but other things I'm not. So I get really into something one day, and I'll be fully dedicated to it, immersed in it, and I'm a really hard-ass worker. I've always been noted by my bosses as being like, wow, you're a really hard worker. I've always got, pay raises and bump ups and a lot of props for my hard work. Because I bust my ass when I am working, and I sweat like crazy, And I've worked with so many people that are just slackers, and they just take every opportunity to hang out. And I'm an independent kind of guy, so I can do my own thing. But What's up, Gino? You got a flea? What's up, buddy? But sometimes I can't get things done the way I want to get them done. And that's just life, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those things I need to work on, but I've always asked myself, is it just perspective? Are there people out there that really get everything done they need to get done? They really accomplish all the things they set out to do, and I'm sure there are. In fact, if you look at it a certain way, it might even become almost an addiction to be like obsessed with getting everything done. For example, I've known people who are really obsessive about cleaning, and if there's anything out of place in their house, they're just all over it. And for me, I can't do that. With 2 kids running around, and me and my wife, there's always clothes and towels and papers and toys and stuff, dishes. You could do all the dishes and clean the kitchen and then go to the living room and come back and the kitchen's filthy. It's just the way it is. It's the way my life is. So my point being on that is that you want to get these big things done in life, but often you can't because you're so tied down with the mundane, the everyday. And it becomes such a repeat thing of cleaning up and doing the same things. You don't really have the time to jump on those big projects, or I don't. I should say you. I'm saying you, but this is me. This is my life and my perspective, I guess. So I think we all deal with stuff in our own way, and we all have a degree we get things done. So if I could leave on one note, it would be to not point the finger at each other and say, this person's not doing this, or my family member's not doing this at this time, and maybe somebody's an addict at this point, or maybe they're in a job that they don't like, and whatever it is. There's a word for it, actually, that I was going to do a video about. I know I have to go back and look it up because I can't remember what it is. But it's the word that describes, it's like bird, it sounds like burden, I think. It's very similar, and it was in a video I was watching earlier, and they said that the definition of that word means that it's the realization that each person out there is living a chaotic life of their own, that they go through their own craziness, their own wild, stories and realizations in their life, and that it's so easy for us to just say this person should be doing this or that, but we're all just doing our own thing. We're all just doing our own thing. Peace and love and all that jazz, and Juno for president. What's up, Junes? What's up, brah? What's up, dude? How you doing? Big happy boy. Take care, everybody.